Your life is every level of medieval knight. You want to know what it's like, truly? To go from being the Lord's son, the one with the soft hands and the clean tunic, to this, to being a squire. It's not what the songs say. I thought I'd be riding out the next day with a lance and a pennant fluttering in the wind. Instead, I'm scrubbing the mail. I'm telling you. The links, they look like a silver river when the sun hits them. But they are a demon's own trap for dirt. You polish one, and you see 100 more. And the oil, it gets in your skin, and you smell like a sheep that's been caught in a rainstorm for a month. My lord, Sir Armand of the Greyfells, he's a beast of a man. Not cruel, no. He's the most honest man I've ever met. Honest to a fault, but he has no patience for a lack of spirit. He says, a squire is the root of a knight, a weak root, a weak tree, so he pushes. I carry his shield. My arms ache at the end of the day, and I can't hold a cup of water to drink. The shield is old, scarred, and it has a dent in the middle from some Saxon axe. I know its weight. It's the weight of my name. And he's teaching me to hold it. Not just to hold it, but to be a wall. When he says brace, I have to become stone. I'm not there to fight. I'm there to be his left hand. I'm there to take the blow meant for him. My brothers, the other squires. We have a hierarchy, and I'm at the bottom. It's like being a pup in a wolf pack. The other squires, they've been at this for years. They have calluses on their calluses. They know how to clean a saddle in the dark, how to tell if a horse is feigning lameness, how to sharpen a sword on a stone until you can see your own soul in it. They haze me, but there is no malice in it. It's just how it's done. They send me for the sharpening stone when it's right at their feet, and I'm too stupid not to go. They tell me to fetch the left-handed hammer, and I look for it for an hour before I realize it's a jest. I laugh with them, eventually. It's better to be the fool they like than the stranger they distrust. At the training, you see them joust with their plumes and their banners. It's terrifying on the ground. The sound of the charge is like the sky splitting open. The ground shakes. When they meet, the crash is a sound that hits you in the chest. Sir Armand is a master of the quinton. That's the wooden post that spins, with a shield on one side and a sandbag on the other. The trick is not just to hit the shield, but to ride through it. If you're slow, the sandbag swings around and knocks you clean out of the saddle. Sir Armand says a knight is a fool who has learned to stay on his horse. He made me try it. My first time, I was so focused on the shield that the sandbag caught me square in the shoulder, and I hit the mud like a sack of turnips. I tasted dirt and humiliation, and Sir Armand just looked at me, his face like stone, and said, "Get up. A man is not judged by his falls." And then there is the armor. I am my lord's personal armorer. I know every rivet in his hauberk. The chainmail is heavy. It smells of rust and the last man who wore it. I remember the first time I put the leg armor on him, the chaussées. They're like metal stockings, and you have to lace them to his gambeson, the padded tunic he wears underneath. The laces get stiff with sweat and your fingers go numb. But the real horror is the helm. The great helm, the one that covers the whole head. It's hot inside, dark, and sounds like you're shouting in a barrel. I had to fit it on him just right so he could see through the slit. If I put it too high, he couldn't see the enemy's feet. Too low, he can't see the sun. There's a precision to it that makes you feel like a smith, not a warrior. My father, he wanted me to be a priest. Can you imagine? A priest. He said the church was a path to power. But Sir Armand's banner has a falcon on it. And in my dreams, I'm that falcon soaring high. He's teaching me not just how to fight, but how to be a man and a knight. The code. It's not just be nice, it's protect the defenseless. And we are the only ones who can. That's the weight you feel, heavier than any sword. It's in the way Sir Armand looks at the peasants in his village. They are his, and he is theirs. He will bleed for them, and I will bleed for him. You learn the small, sad things, too. Like the way a dead horse smells in the sun, or the sound a man makes when you're trying to pull the arrow from his shoulder. The screams. You learn to talk through them, to whisper, hold still, hold fast. The Lord is with you, even if you don't think he is. You learn to feed the horses before you eat yourself. You learn to sleep in a mud puddle, wrapped in a damp cloak. You learn the only true friend is the fire. But I'm still a boy. The first time I saw Sir Armand kill a man in a skirmish, it was just a raid, some brigands attacking a merchant's cart. Sir Armand was a blur of steel and fury. The brigands swung a club, and Sir Armand just tilted his shield. The club slid off, and Sir Armand's sword ended the matter in a single fluid motion. The man fell, and I saw the face. He was young, no older than me, and I saw his eyes just staring at the sky. I was sick in the bushes. I couldn't stop shaking. Sir Armand found me. He didn't mock me. He just grabbed my hair and turned my face to the cart. Those men, he said, pointing at the merchant and his wife, had a child in that cart. They were going to kill her. He let go. You are not sick for the dead. You are sick for the living. Remember that. He never mentioned it again. And I realized he had been sick once too. You have to choose, you see. You choose to feel pity, or you choose to harden. I haven't chosen yet. I'm still in the mud. Let me tell you about the banners. We're at a tournament soon. My job is to carry Sir Armand's banner when he enters the lists. It's a great honor, but it means walking ahead of 1,000 angry knights. They all want to unhorse him. They're like wolves, all snarling and looking for the weak point. I have to make sure the pole is straight, the pennant is unfurled, and it doesn't get tangled in my legs. If I trip, Sir Armand looks a fool. If he looks a fool, the other knights won't respect him. And if they don't respect him, they won't fear him. And if they don't fear him, he dies. That's the line of connection. My damn foot is the line between his life and his death. The Knight Bachelor. All right, lad. Take your hand off that pommel. You look like you're about to sword fight a ghost. It's not a toy. It's the most expensive thing you've ever held. When we get to the castle, the Lord will want to see it. And if it's not gleaming, he'll think I'm a pauper. You want to know what it's like to be a knight, a real one? Not the songs, not the poems, the reality. I'm a knight bachelor. That means I have a spurs, a sword, a shield, and a horse. I have no land, no title. I am a free agent. I'm a mercenary, but with a better accent and code of ethics I try to follow when I'm not hungry. You think being a knight is about the romance, the joust, the fair maidens? It's about 3 things: money, steel, and fear. Those are the only currencies that matter. The Code of Chivalry is a pretty poem. This is a business. I am a walking, talking war machine. The Lord who hires me is paying for my violence. He isn't paying for my good intentions. Let me give you a lesson in economics. This mail shirt weighs more than you do. It costs more than your village is worth. That sword at your hip is the result of 5 days of work by a master smith. The leather of my saddle is from a cow that was raised just for this purpose. Everything about a knight screams expensive. And that means I'm a walking target. Everyone wants the armor off my back. The first thing you learn is how to sleep with one eye open. My first real fight after being knighted, I was 18, a few months after I was dubbed. The lord I'd been serving was besieged, a simple siege. But I was in the vanguard. The enemy had crossbowmen. You can't hear a crossbow bolt coming, it just hits you. It hit my horse. The poor beast just folded. I went down in the mud. I was lying there, wearing armor that is not designed for lying down. You can't move. You're a beetle on its back. I'm trying to get up, and there's an enemy knight on foot, rushing toward me with a mace. He sees I'm down. He's coming to smash my face in, and I'm just scrabbling in the mud. My sword is pinned. I'm going to die. I'm going to die on a Tuesday afternoon in the mud, and no one will even know my name. It was a peasant, a camp follower who saved me. He threw a rock, just a rock. It hit the knight in the face. He stumbled, and I managed to roll over and get my knife out. I killed him before he recovered. The peasant? He just looked at me and I gave him my boot. A simple, ugly leather boot. It was all I had. He didn't want gold. He wanted a shoe. That's the first lesson. The world is not made of grand deeds. It's made of mud and desperation. You carry everything. I own my own horse, a destrier and a courser for travel. I have a pack horse for my food, my tents, my spare lances, the rest of the armor. I'm a moving circus, and it's lonely. You're in a company of men, but you're an island. A squire is your only real friend, and you're his master. The other knights, they are rivals. We fight for the same contracts. We fight for the same glory. We will fight side by side in battle and then fight over the spoils in the camp. The reality of combat is not the choreographed dance of a tournament. It's a frenzied, shoving match. You think you're a swordsman? You're not. You're a man holding a metal bar, trying to prevent another man from hitting you with his metal bar. It's loud. The impact is jarring. You hit a man in the helmet, and your whole arm goes numb. You're swinging and you're screaming, not out of anger, but out of sheer terror. The battle is a fog. You see the man in front of you, you don't see the archer on the hill. You smell blood and sweat and shit. The horses are screaming, the men are screaming. It's not glorious. It's a nightmare you're paid for. And the women, the fair ladies of the court, they are not swooning. They are the most practical people in the castle. A knight is an asset. You are a spear. Some of them are kind. Some of them are ambitious. I have met women who could outmaneuver a duke over breakfast. They're not waiting for a rescue. They are waiting for a husband. And I am a terrible prospect because I'm a bachelor. I have nothing to offer except my sword and a reputation. I'm a ghost. I can enter a castle, but I never belong there. I'm just a passing storm. I've seen things, lad. I've seen a field covered in snow, and the snow is red with blood. I've seen a knight drink himself to death in a ditch because he saw his brother die. I've been to the Holy Land. It's not holy, it's just hot and sandy, and everyone wants to kill you. They fight the same way we do. They have the same ambitions. It's not about religion, it's about trade routes, it's about money. The Code of Chivalry is a lie, we tell ourselves. It's a blanket. We wrap it around us to keep the cold truth out. The truth is, I'm a hired killer. I just wear a nice hat. I protect the innocent because they pay me to. I go to mass because I'm terrified of the fires of hell, and I have hell inside me. I have seen so much death that I cannot feel the warmth of life anymore. But listen to me, lad. There are moments, the silence after a battle. You're standing on the field, it's dusk, the battle is over, the screaming has stopped, the only sound is the wind and the crows. You've survived, you're alive. And in that moment, there's a feeling. It's not pride, it's not joy, it's a certainty. You know you're a man, you know you're a weapon, and there is a power in that. For one moment, you are the master of everything you can see. You could kill anyone, you could take anything, but you don't. You decide not to. And that decision, the act of restraint, that is the only chivalry that matters. That is when you become a knight. It's not a title, it's a decision you make every single day, not to become the monster you could be. You have to live with it. The faces of the men you've killed, they come to you in dreams. Some of them are just boys. Some of them are smiling. One of them I killed, he had my own face. That's the part they don't sing about. He wasn't evil. He was just in my way. He was a baron's son defending his own land. I was a mercenary. We fought. I won. He had blue eyes. He looked surprised. I cleaned my sword on his cloak, and I walked away. That's a memory that will never leave you. The knight banneret men. Let's dispense with the formalities. There's a stone tower down in the valley. A baron by the name of, it doesn't matter, he has 30 men. We have 40. He's been harrying the Lord's cattle. The Lord is our employer. We are paid to solve this problem. We are not paid to be righteous or glorious. We are paid to win. This is not a battle. This is a negotiation with steel. We don't have siege engines. We don't have time. We have ladders. We have pitch. And we have the element of surprise. We will go in at dawn. The gate is the weakest point. But that's also where he expects us. So we won't go for the gate. We will scale the east wall. It's the side closest to the stream. The wall is damp and the mortar is old. It will give. We will hit them while they are saying their morning prayers. We will be fast. We will be brutal. I don't want a glorious charge. I want a slaughter of their sleep-addled minds. I'm a banneret now. I command 100 men, not 1,000. 100. And I have my own banner. A black falcon on a field of blue. It means something. It means that when you see that banner, you follow. You follow because I have been where you are. I have been the man holding the ladder. I have been the man at the back of the charge. I have seen my friends die. And I have learned one thing. Survival is a matter of deception. You must make the enemy believe you are a demon, even when you're just a man with a pointy stick. So tonight we will not pray for mercy. We will not ask for strength. We will sharpen our swords. We will sleep. And tomorrow we will be the demons. He turns to his squire, the same one from before, but now grown and weary himself. It's not about the fighting. It's about the thinking. A battle is lost before it's fought if your mind is weak. I've seen 1,000 knights who are magnificent on the field, but they are fools in the head. They charge at the first thing that moves. They die. A knight doesn't need to be the bravest or the strongest. A knight needs to be the one who knows when to charge, when to hold, when to run. We run sometimes. It's not cowardice, it's strategy. We are a weapon that must be preserved. If I lose my men, I have nothing. I am just a man in a tin suit, a rich fool. So I retreat when I must. I ambush when I can. I lie, I cheat, I steal. all for the sake of the men I command. And I pray to God that He forgives me for the things I do to keep these fools alive. I remember my first command. It was a small force, 50 men. We were sent to relieve a garrison that was under siege. I was so young, so sure of myself. I marched in full view of the enemy, banners flying, trumpets blaring. My lieutenant, an old, gray wolf of a man, told me I was a fool. He said, "You are announcing to the enemy that you are coming. You are giving them time to prepare." But I was the commander. I knew what I was doing. So I marched my men straight into a perfectly prepared ambush. I lost half of them before we could even form a line. We won, barely. But that night, I looked at the faces of the dead and I knew I had killed them. I didn't stab them, but I killed them. My pride killed them. Never again. A commander's first duty is not to be right. A commander's first duty is to be cunning. I became cunning. I learned to see the field, not just the enemy, the ground, the weather, the mood of the men, the supply lines. A battle is a moving puzzle, and you are the only one who can see the picture. You think the king made me a banneret because I was good with a sword? No. He made me a banneret because I brought him the heads of his enemies without losing all of his men. It's a numbers game. The king doesn't care about your soul. He cares about how many men you can put into the field and how many you bring back. I brought back more than my share. I'm an asset. An expensive, reliable asset. But I'm still just a knight. I'm a little higher on the ladder. I get better tents. I eat better food. I have more squires. But I'm still a pawn. I serve a lord. I serve a king. And one day I will be replaced by a younger, hungrier knight. That's the way of the world. You fight, you win, you get old, you die. The society of a knight is built on trust and a promise. I give my word. When I say I will stand with you, I mean it. If I am in debt to you, I will pay it. If I am your prisoner, I will not escape unless you allow it. If I am your enemy, I will not poison your well or kill your children. These are the unwritten rules. They are more important than any written code. They are what separates us from the dogs. I've seen dogs, in the war. They would attack the dead. They were not evil. They were just hungry. A man who breaks his word is worse than a dog. A man who breaks his word is a beast, and beasts must be put down. So we hold the line. We keep the promises. We honor the treaties, even when the other side doesn't. Because if we don't, there is no law. There is no peace. Just war upon war, endlessly. The lord of the manor. The harvest is bad, Roger. I can't afford to pay the retainers. I can't afford to feed my own family. Send word to the abbey. I need them to lower their tithe this year. They'll refuse, of course. Then we'll have to negotiate. Offer them the stone from the old quarry. They want to build a new chapel. They'll take that. I'm a lord now. I have land. I have a castle. A small one, but it's mine. The walls keep the peasants out, and I sleep easier knowing there's a stone ceiling above me, but it's not easier. The cares of a lord are greater than the cares of a knight. A knight only has to worry about his own sword. A lord has to worry about 100 swords, 1,000 bellies, and the king's tax collector. The title is a burden. I used to dream of this. I used to dream of sitting in the big chair, having people bow to me. I was a fool. I'm not a warrior anymore. I'm a farmer. I'm a judge. I'm a landlord. I'm a father to the village. My sword is rusty. I don't use it much. I use my mind. I play politics. The king is distant. The neighboring lords are like wolves. They will take a finger if I am not watching. Lord William on the eastern border. He is a snake. He sends his men to hunt on my land. They're not hunting deer. They're hunting for weaknesses. He wants my woods. The woods provide lumber and good hunting. If he takes them, he cuts off my income. I have to be clever. I must appear weak and strong at the same time. I invite him to a feast. I flatter him. I give him a gift, a fine horse I could barely afford, and I plant a spy in his household. This is war. It's just not fought with swords. My peasants. I see them every day. They work the land I own. They are bent and tired. They bow to me. They fear me. Do they love me? I don't know. I try to be just. I make sure the granaries are full in case of a harsh winter. I don't take more than I need. I protect them from the raiders. I am their shield, but I am also their master. It's a strange relationship. It's not father and son. It's a contract. They work. I protect. If I fail, they starve. And if they starve, they revolt. And they will hang me from my own gate. The terror you feel as a lord is a different terror. It's the fear of 1,000 resentful hands. The peasants are a sleeping giant. You must never wake him. I married for the land. My wife is a good woman, though she was not my choice. She came with a dowry of 200 acres. I was grateful. In the beginning, it was a transaction. But we made a life. She bears my children. She runs the household. She is the general of the castle. She is more cunning than I am. She manages the servants, the silver, the diplomacy with the lord's wives. She is a general, and I am the captain of her army. I would be lost without her. My sons are growing. The eldest, he is to be a knight, of course. I see him training in the yard. He looks at me with those starry eyes, thinking I am a hero. I am not a hero. I am a tired man who has seen too much to be a hero. I will send him to another lord to be a squire. It breaks my heart. But if he stays here, he will become soft. He must learn the hard life. The life of a knight is not about glory. It's about survival, the law. As a lord, I am the law. I hold the court. I listen to the disputes. A man steals a pig and he is flogged. A man steals a sheep, he is hanged. A woman is accused of witchcraft. I have to decide if she is a witch. I don't believe in witchcraft, but the people do. If I let her go, they will think I am soft. If I hang her, I kill an innocent woman. I have killed innocent women. I have signed the death warrants. It keeps the peace, a terrible peace. But peace nonetheless. I am the hand of God in my little kingdom, and God's hand is not always merciful. You learn to read, you know. As a lord, you have to. I have ledgers, I have letters, I have maps. I can read the king's writ. I can read the bishop's demands. I can read the terms of the treaty. I can read death. I can read a woman's betrayal in the ink of a letter. I can read a lord's intentions in the way he signs his name. Reading is power. The illiterate are blind, and you cannot lead the blind. You must guide them, and they will trust you. The church, the priests are always here, always demanding. Give us a tithe. Build a church. Donate to the crusade. They are a burden, but they are also a shield. They have the king's ear. They have the pope's ear. I must be seen to be pious. I go to mass. I give alms. I kiss the bishop's ring. It is theater. But if I don't perform, I risk my soul. And more importantly, I risk my land. The church can be a powerful enemy. They can excommunicate me, and then anyone can kill me and take my land. They can do it legally. The Knight of the Garter. Your Grace, I must say, the tapestry is magnificent. The colors of the thread truly capture the vibrancy of the Welsh campaign. A moment of history woven into the wall. A magnificent victory, as we are told. The Garter. I've been inducted into the Order of the Garter, the highest honor. The most exclusive club. You don't just fight to get in here. You need a bloodline. You need alliances. You need to be seen. You need to be a part of the king's inner circle, the Privy Council. I am no longer just a soldier. I am a statesman. My armor is for show now. I have a suit of plate armor that is so polished it's a mirror. It has gold inlays and a plume from an eagle. I wear it once a year at the tournament. The tournaments are not training anymore. They are spectacles. It's a performance for the masses. They see a knight charging and they cheer. They don't know that the lances are blunted. They don't know that the whole thing is staged. It's a carnival. And I am the ringmaster, the king's court. It is a nest of vipers. Every smile is a threat. Every compliment is an insult. You learn to read the body language, the hidden meaning behind a sigh. The king is a puppet. Or maybe he is the puppeteer, I can never tell. He smiles, and the whole court smiles. He frowns, and the whole court trembles. He is a man with the power of life and death, and he is often bored. Bored men are dangerous. They create chaos for entertainment. I must keep him entertained. A good jest, a good piece of gossip, a new scheme for a campaign. I am his jester, his strategist, his loyal subject. I have to stay close to the king. If I am not at court, I am forgotten. A forgotten man has no power, and a man without power is a dead man. I am his advisor, his trusted knight. He calls me John now. We are on a first-name basis in private, but in public he calls me my lord. It's a careful dance. I must seem close to him, but not too close. Too close, and I become a rival. A rival is killed. My wife. She plays the game too. She is as much a politician as I am. She attends the Queen's court. She flatters the Queen. She gathers information. Women are the secret ears of the court. A man will say a thing to a woman in the quiet of a chamber that he would never say in the hall. And she will pass it on to me, and I will use it. A chess game, played with lives. But I am still a knight. I am bound by the code. I have to look out for the vulnerable, even here. And the vulnerable are everywhere. The poor ladies who are pressured to marry evil men, the young squires who are beaten for no reason, the old lords who are cast aside. I must protect them. It's my duty, and it's good politics. A kindness is an investment. A favor is a debt to be called upon. I have a duty as a knight of the Garter to be a model of chivalry. The order's motto is Honi soit qui mali pense. Shame on him who thinks evil of it. It's a declaration of purity, but it's a joke. We all think evil of it. We all know it's a game, but we play the game. The banner above my stall in the chapel is mine. It will be there long after I am gone. It's a symbol of my life, a symbol of my success. I dream of the old days sometimes. I dream of the mud. I dream of a clear, cold morning before a battle. I dream of the single moment of clarity I had right before the charge, where I was completely at peace with the idea of dying. That's the purity I miss. The simplicity. The world is so complicated now. A battlefield is easy. You know who your enemy is. In court, you don't. And that is the most exhausting form of warfare. The Earl, my lords, my men, my countrymen, we stand on the precipice of history. The river is before us. On the other side, an army that seeks to enslave our wives, our children, and our sacred traditions. They call themselves noble, but they are thieves in silks. They call themselves civilized, but they are murderers who wear fine clothes. They have broken the sacred peace. They have broken the truce. I am not a man of many words. My sword is my voice, but I will speak to you today. I speak of duty. I speak of honor. I speak of England. We are not just fighting for king, a piece of land, or a title. We are fighting for our way of life. We are fighting to remain free. A knight is not just a fighter. He is a guardian. He is the wall. We march to battle, yes, but we march to victory. The men across the river think they have strength in numbers. They have numbers, I will grant them. They have men of iron and fire. But I have you, and I have a plan. I have righteousness on my side. A man who fights for a just cause fights with the strength of 10. I have seen it. I have lived it. An earl. I am a master of men. I command thousands. I have my own army, my own court, my own treasury. I am a king in my own domain. I hold my own courts. I have my own law. The king is my liege lord, but I am his equal in many ways. I am a power in my own right. I am the pillar of the kingdom, and it is lonely, truly lonely. When you are a lord, you have advisors. When you are a knight of the garter, you have friends in court. When you are an earl, you are watched. Everyone is watching you. They are waiting for you to fail. Your enemies are not only the other earls, the barons, the neighboring lords. Your enemies are your friends. They will smile to your face and stab you in the back at the council. I trust no one. I can trust no one. It is a life of perpetual isolation, perched on a throne of your own making. I have a son. He is a strong boy. He is a good fighter. But I see him being groomed by my rivals. They whisper to him, "Your father is too powerful. He will be brought down. You should align with us." They are poisoning him against me. I have to fight my own son for his loyalty. Is there no end to the battle? A father should be able to trust his son. But in this world, trust is a luxury I cannot afford. A castle, a real castle, not a motte and bailey, but a great fortress of stone. It is my home. It is my grave. I have a keep that can hold out for a year. I have granaries filled to the rafters. I have wells that never run dry. I am prepared for war. I am prepared for siege. It is my life's work. I built this fortress, stone by stone, with the sweat of 1,000 peasants. It is a symbol of my permanence. I am here and I will not be moved. Warfare for an earl is a grand spectacle. I am not on the front lines anymore. I don't need to be. I have my men. I sit on a hill, surrounded by my bodyguard, and I direct the battle like a sculptor shaping clay. I see the whole picture. I see the right flank. I see the left flank. I see the reserve. I direct the flow of men. I choose who lives and who dies. It is a cold, clinical process. It is the art of war. The Duke Ambassador. You come from France. You come with a proposal. You come with peace. You come with war. You come with marriage. I've been here before. I know all the songs. But I am an old man now. I am tired of songs. Let us speak plainly. The Duke. I am a prince of the blood. My veins run blue with the royal line. I command the very heart of the kingdom. I hold the power of life and death over my domain. The king, he is my cousin. We grew up together, fought together, and now we rule together, but we don't trust each other. A king cannot trust a duke, and a duke cannot trust a king. We are bound by a fragile treaty of blood, and blood is often thicker than water, but it can also be spilled. My influence is vast. I am not just a knight. I am a dynasty. My children are princes and princesses. My grandchildren will sit on thrones. My name will be remembered for 1,000 years. But the weight of that legacy is crushing. I cannot make a mistake. A mistake is not just my death, it is the death of my lineage. I have to think not just of the present, but of the next 5 generations. Every marriage, every alliance, every small war is planned decades in advance. It is a slow, ponderous game of chess, and the pieces are people. The court is my stage. The king's court is a theater. But I have my own court. It is a magnet. The best knights come to me. They seek my patronage. I can make you rich. I can make you a baron. I can make you a knight. I am the pivot upon which the kingdom turns. If I say a man is a traitor, he is a traitor. If I say a man is a hero, he is a hero. I am a kingmaker. I have seen the holy wars. I have seen the great sieges. I have seen the crusades. I was there at the burning of the cities. I saw the infidels. I saw the Christians. They were all the same. They all bled red. They all screamed the same. I saw a man die of a fever in the desert, and I saw a man die in his castle from a fall from his horse. Death is the great equalizer. It does not care about your title. And the church, I am the church's greatest champion. I fund the abbeys, I build the cathedrals, I kiss the ring of the Pope, but I do not believe. I cannot. Not after what I've seen. It is a political device, a puppet show. The Pope is a politician in a funny hat. The king is a politician in a crown. I am a politician in a velvet tunic. We are all actors on a stage. We pretend to be holy, but we are just men trying to hold on to what we have. I long for the silence of a garden, the silence of a morning before anyone else is awake. When I was a knight bachelor, I fought for survival. When I was a lord, I fought for my land. When I was a duke, I fought for the kingdom. But now I fight for peace. Not the peace of the grave, but the peace of a well-ordered kingdom. I want to leave something behind. An inheritance that is not just a title, but a legacy of stability. You want to know what it is to be a true knight? I will tell you. It is not about the sword. It is not about the shield. It is about the weight of expectation, the weight of the kingdom, the weight of the future. A knight holds the world on his shoulders, and he must never let it fall. The price of this power is my soul. I have bartered my soul for influence. I have lied, cheated, and killed for my family, for my name, and I will be judged. I know I will be judged. But perhaps, in the scales of heaven, the good I have done, the churches built, the peasants protected, the kingdoms united, will outweigh the sins. That is my hope. That is my prayer. The King Father, I am tired. I am more tired than I have ever been. My body aches, my bones ache, my heart aches. I want to sleep. I want to sleep for 1,000 years and wake up in a world that is clean. Not this morass. The King, I am the King of England. I am the anointed of God. My word is law. I am the supreme commander. I am the source of all justice. I am the head of the church in my realm. My word is absolute. My power is absolute. But I am a prisoner of this crown of gold, studded with jewels, is the heaviest thing I have ever worn. It cuts into my skull. I wish I could take it off. I wish I could be a common man, but I can't. My father's father was a king. My father was a king. My son will be a king. It is a curse. pass down through the blood. Do you know what it is to be surrounded by men who want your death? Every man in this court is my friend, but every man in this court is also my assassin. They smile, they bow. They call me Your Grace, and they plan my downfall. They would kill my children for a chance at my throne. I can't trust the food I eat. I can't trust my own brother. The loneliness of a king is a mountain. It is a cold, high mountain, and I am the only one on its peak. I am a warrior. I was a great warrior. I have killed men. I have led armies, but the king's duty is not just to fight. It is to keep the peace. It is to hold the kingdom together. There are 100 nobles. Each wants more land. Each wants more power. It is like herding cats. A herd of cats, all of whom have sharp claws and are willing to use them on each other. And they are all looking at me. They want me to be their father. They want me to be their judge. They want me to be their God, and I am just a man, a tired old man. I look at my knights. I see them all. The squires dreaming of glory. The knights fighting for a piece of the pie. The lords trying to build their little kingdoms. The dukes trying to take my throne. They are all my subjects. They are all my children. And I must protect them, even from themselves. I am the shepherd, and the wolves are at the gate. I have done terrible things, Father. I have ordered executions of men who were innocent. I have married my daughters to men they despise. I have started wars for land. I have burned villages. I have massacred innocents. I have done all of this to keep the peace, and I will be judged. I will be judged for every death, every tear, every drop of blood. My soul is a battlefield, far greater than any I have ever commanded on earth. My one comfort is my kingdom. This kingdom is my legacy. When I am gone, I want it to be a place where men can live without fear, a place where the law is king. I want the strong to protect the weak. I want the good to prosper and the evil to be punished. I want my kingdom to be an island of peace in a sea of chaos. Is that too much to ask? Is it too much to ask that the world makes sense? My hand trembles now. I can barely hold a sword. The strength is gone. The fire is gone. I am a ghost waiting for the end. I sit on my throne and I look at the knights of my court. I see the future in their eyes. I see the next generation. I see the young knights full of vigor and ambition. They will be my successors. And I pray they will be better than me. I pray they will be more just. I pray they will be more merciful. I have been every level of knight, Father, from the boy in the mud to the man on the throne. And I have learned one thing. The sword is not the answer. The answer is in the heart. A knight must have a heart that is just, a heart that is compassionate, a heart that is true. And I have failed. I have failed in so many ways, but I have tried. I have tried to be a good king. I have tried to be a good man. I have tried. And I hope in the end that my efforts are enough. Do not forget them. The dead. They are watching from the mud, from the fields, from the castle walls. They are the silent judges. They saw the battles. They saw the glory. They saw the horror. They saw the truth. The true story of a knight is not written in the chronicles of the victorious. It is written in the tears of the widows, the cries of the orphans, the forgotten graves of the fallen. This is the true legacy. It is not the land, the title, or the gold. It is the memory. It is the choice you make every day to be more than a brute. It is the choice to be a guardian, a protector, a shield for the weak. The sun sets on my kingdom. The lights of the castle go out. The campfires of the army die down. The sound of the forge is silent. The clash of steel is no more. All is quiet. I was a knight. I was a symbol of hope and of terror. I was the law and the lawbreaker. I was a father, a son, a brother. I was a man who tried to do his duty. I am dust now, but the story is not over. There will be new knights, new kings, new wars, new peace. The cycle continues. It will always continue. But this is my story. This is the story of every level of medieval knight. From the squire to the king, from the mud to the crown. It is a story of blood, sweat, tears, and steel. It is the story of a man who tried, and now it is done. The silence is complete. The night is gone. The legend remains. And the legend, my friends, is only the beginning. The knight emeritus. Sit down, boy. Put down that quill for a moment. I know the king wants a record, a chronicle, something for the ages. But the ages are a lie. History is just a story told by the victor, and the victor is always tired. You want the truth? You can't write the truth. The truth is in the silences. You're a scribe. You'll write down my words. You'll make it neat and proper. You'll skip the parts that make you uncomfortable. That's what they all do. But I'm old now. I have nothing left to lose, so I'll tell you the parts that don't go in the chronicles. I'll tell you what it means to be a knight when the war is over. They call me emeritus now, a fancy word for retired. I have a pension from the king, a small manor, a few servants, a garden. They wheel me out at tournaments to wave at the crowd. I'm a relic, a piece of living history. They pat me on the head like a loyal old hound. And I smile and nod because that's what you do when you're a relic. But inside, I'm still there. I'm still in the mud. I'm still on the battlefield. The memories don't fade, boy. They burn. They're like embers that never go out. They glow in the dark of the night, and they keep you warm. And they also scorch your soul. Let me tell you about the first man I killed. I remember his face. I've told you about him before. The one with the blue eyes. He looked surprised, I said. But I didn't tell you everything. I didn't tell you that after I killed him, I stood there for a moment and I watched the life drain from his eyes. I saw the light go out like a candle snuffed by a sudden wind, and I felt something. I felt nothing. That was the horror. I felt nothing. I was empty. I was a hollow thing. I was a man who had just ended another man's entire world. And I felt nothing. That's what war does to you, boy. It hollows you out. It takes the parts of you that are human and it burns them away. You become a machine that kills, and you tell yourself it's for a cause, for the king, for the kingdom, for God, but it's not. It's for the sake of the machine. The machine must keep moving. The machine must keep killing. And the machine can't stop to think or to feel or to mourn. Because if it stops, it breaks. I broke, boy. Many times. I just learned to put the pieces back together badly. The retired knight and the garden. Look at this rose, boy. See how it blooms? It's beautiful, isn't it? But look closer. See the thorns? They're sharp. They'll draw blood. Everything beautiful has thorns. Remember that. This garden is my kingdom now. These flowers are my army. The weeds are my enemies, and the sun is my king. I tend to them every day. I water them. I prune them. I talk to them. They don't talk back, which is a blessing. People talk back too much. The flowers just listen. I used to command thousands of men. Now I command a patch of soil. And you know what? I'm happier now. I'm more content. There's no politics in a garden. There's no betrayal. There's just the sun and the rain and the soil and the simple, honest work of making things grow. A man can find peace in a garden. It's a small piece, but it's real. Your grandmother, God rest her soul, she used to say I was a lion who had become a lamb. She was wrong. I was never a lion. I was a wolf. A wolf who learned to wear sheep's clothing. But the wolf is still there. I can feel him sometimes. At night, when I'm alone, he stirs. He remembers the hunt. He remembers the taste of blood. He remembers the thrill of the chase. I have to quiet him. I have to remind him that the war is over. The hunt is done. But you, boy, you're young. You have the fire. I see it in your eyes. You want to be a knight. You want the glory. You want the fame. You want to ride a great horse and carry a gleaming sword. You think it's about honor. Listen to me, boy. I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to remember it. The honor is not in the sword. The honor is in the hand that holds it, and the hand must be guided by the heart. A sword without a heart is just a piece of metal. A knight without a heart is just a butcher. I've known butchers. I've fought beside them. I've fought against them. They are the most dangerous men on the battlefield. They feel nothing. They kill without thought. They are efficient. They are successful. But they are not knights. They are monsters. A true knight feels the weight of every life he takes. He carries that weight with him. It slows him down. It makes him careful. It makes him think before he acts. That is the true strength. Not the strength of the arm, but the strength of the soul. The Crusaders return. You want to hear about the Crusades? You think it was glorious? You think we were fighting for God? Let me tell you about the heat. It's not like the heat here. Here you can find shade. There the sun is a hammer. It beats you down from morning to night. The sand gets into everything. Your boots, your armor, your food, your soul. The sand is relentless. It grinds you down. It makes you forget who you are. We marched for weeks. We had no water. The horses died. The men died. They died of thirst. They died of fever. They died of the heat. And we left them there. We left them in the sand, their bones to be bleached white by the sun. They were good men. They were brave men. And we left them there like rubbish. We finally arrived at the city. It was a great city with walls of stone. We laid siege. We built catapults. We built towers. We threw rocks at the walls. They threw rocks back. We were killing each other for a piece of land that wasn't even ours. And we called it holy. We broke the walls. We poured into the city. And then the real slaughter began. We killed everyone. Not just the soldiers, the women, the children, the old people. We killed them all. We were drunk with the blood. We were mad. We were demons. I saw a knight, a man I had known for years, a man who had prayed with me, who had shared his bread with me. I saw him take a child, a little girl, and he threw her into a fire. I saw him do it, and he laughed. He laughed, boy. And I didn't stop him. I didn't say a word. I just stood there, and I watched. I was as guilty as he was. I was a part of it. We were all part of it. And the church said it was a victory for God. The Pope praised us. They gave us indulgences. They absolved our sins. They said we were doing God's work. God's work. Can you imagine? A God who wants a child burned alive? That is not a God I want to worship. That is a devil. And we served him. I walked through the city after the slaughter. The streets were red, the bodies were piled high, and I saw a man on his knees. He was an old man with a white beard. He was praying. He was praying to his God. He was a Muslim, I think. He was praying in a language I didn't understand. And I watched him, and I felt something. I felt shame. I felt the deepest shame I have ever felt. Because I knew that his God and my God were the same God. We were killing each other for the same God. And it was all a lie. All of it. I never went back. I couldn't. I came home and I tried to forget. I tried to be a good man, but the memory of that city follows me. The faces of the dead follow me. They are always there in the shadows. They are my companions now. They are my judges. The wounded knight. This wound, it's a gift. You see this? The scar on my leg. It's from a crossbow bolt. It missed the artery by a hair's breadth. If it had hit the artery, I would have bled out in the mud like a dog, but it missed. So I live. I live, but I limp. I'll always limp. It's a reminder. A reminder that I'm mortal, that I can be broken, that the steel is not invincible. I used to think I was invincible. I used to think I was a god. I was young. I was strong. I had the best armor. I had the best horse. I was the best swordsman in the land. And then the crossbow bolt hit me and I fell. And I realized that I was just a man made of flesh and blood, a man who could be killed. That was a good lesson, a valuable lesson. It made me humble. It made me careful. It made me a better knight. Pain is a teacher. It teaches you what you are made of. It teaches you what you can endure. I have endured a lot of pain. I have had bones broken. I have had flesh torn. I have had my head split open. And I am still here. Pain is just a sensation. It's a message from the body. It says, I am hurt. But the soul is separate from the body. The soul can be strong even when the body is weak. I've seen men who were broken by pain. I've seen them scream and cry. I've seen them lose their minds. I've seen them beg for death. They were weak in the soul. They had no spirit. A knight must have a strong spirit. A knight must be able to endure. He must be able to stand up even when his body is broken. I'm broken now. My leg aches, my back aches, my hands ache, but my spirit is still strong. I will endure. I will survive, because I have a reason to live. The knight's faith, Father, forgive me, for I have sinned. I have sinned in thought, in word, and in deed. I have broken all the commandments. I have killed. I have coveted. I have lied. I have done terrible things, and I am not sorry. No, Father, I am not sorry, because I don't know what else I could have done. The world is a cruel place. It's a place of violence and chaos. I did what I had to do to survive. I did what I had to do to protect my people. The church says I must turn the other cheek. The church says I must be a peacemaker. But how can I be a peacemaker when there is no peace? How can I turn the other cheek when the enemy is holding a sword to my throat? I tried, Father. I tried to be good. I tried to be merciful. But the world doesn't reward mercy. The world rewards strength. The world rewards fear. If I had been merciful, I would have been weak. And if I were weak, I would be dead. And my people would be dead. And the enemy would be laughing. Is it a sin to protect the innocent? Is it a sin to do what is necessary to keep the peace? I don't think so. I think God is just. I think God understands that we live in a fallen world. I think God will forgive me because I tried. I tried to do the right thing, but I have doubts, Father. I have so many doubts. I doubt that God even exists. I doubt that he cares. If he cared, why would he let such terrible things happen? Why would he let the innocent suffer? Why would he let the wicked prosper? I have seen a baby die of hunger, Father. I have seen a mother weep over her dead child. I have seen a village burn to the ground. I've seen the fire and the ash and the bones. If God is good, why does he allow this? I cannot understand it. I cannot reconcile it. I've heard all the arguments. Free will, original sin, the devil. I've heard them all. But they don't give me comfort. They don't answer the question. Why? Why does a loving God allow suffering? I don't know, Father. I don't know. And that ignorance is the heaviest burden of all. Because if God doesn't exist, then I am alone. I am truly alone. And all the things I have done, all the people I have killed, they mean nothing. They are just nothing. I'm afraid, Father. I'm afraid to die. I'm afraid of the darkness. I'm afraid that there is nothing. Just an endless, silent void. I've faced death many times. I've faced it with courage. But now, facing the end, I am afraid. I am more afraid than I have ever been. What if it's all for nothing? What if there is no reward? What if there is no justice? What if the wicked win in the end? I don't have the answers, Father. I only have my faith. And my faith is weak, so weak. I hold on to it like a drowning man holds onto a piece of driftwood. I hold on to it because I have nothing else. Absolve me, Father. Absolve me of my sins, even if I don't believe, even if I have doubts. Give me the peace of God. Give me the hope of salvation. It's all I have. The tournament night, my lords, my ladies, and all the good folk gathered here today. We are blessed with a fine day. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and the knights are ready to prove their mettle. Tournaments. They are the theater of the night. They are a chance to show off, a chance to win glory, a chance to win a lady's favor. It's all a game, a beautiful game. We have knights from all over the land. They come here to compete. They wear their best armor, their brightest colors. They show off their skills. They want to be the champion. They want the trophy. They want the purse. And the crowd, they love it. They cheer. They shout. They place bets. They watch the clash of steel. They watch the horses charge. They watch the knights fall. It's a mockery of war, a sanitized version of the real thing. There are no arrows, no crossbows, no spears, just blunted lances and pretty swords. There are rules, there are judges, there is a referee. It's a sport. A violent, dangerous sport, but a sport nonetheless. But the crowd doesn't know that. They don't know what real war is like. They think this is the reality. They think that knights are these elegant, chivalrous figures who always fight fair and always win. They don't know about the mud. They don't know about the blood. They don't know about the screaming. They don't know about the horror. But I know. I know the truth. And I play the game. I smile. I wave. I tilt my lance. I fall. I get up. I win. I lose. I am the actor. The crowd is the audience, and we are all pretending. The joust is a dance of the horse and the lance. You see a man coming at you at full gallop. He looks massive. He looks terrifying. But you can't be afraid. You must be calm. You must be focused. You must aim for the center of his shield. And when you hit, you must ride through it. You must not pull away. You must trust your horse. You must trust your aim. I've won many tournaments. I've also lost many. The prize is not the gold. The prize is the fame, the reputation. It's being known as a great knight. It's being respected. A knight without a reputation is nothing. He is just a man in a tin suit. But a knight with a reputation is a force to be reckoned with. People will fear him. People will respect him. People will hire him. And that's what it's all about. The money, the power, the influence. It's all business, boy. It's all politics. But I don't tell the crowd that. I tell them about honor, about chivalry, about the love of a fair lady. And they eat it up. They believe it. They want to believe it. They want to believe that the world is a just place. They want to believe that the good guys always win. I give them that. I give them the illusion. It's a kindness, because the truth is too harsh. The truth would break their hearts. The veteran's wisdom. No, no, no. You're holding it all wrong. That's not a sword. It's a stick. You're going to get yourself killed. Look at me. Watch how I do it. Your grip is too tight. You're going to get a cramp in your hand. The sword should be a part of your arm. It should be an extension of your body. You should barely feel it. You should feel the weight of it. But you should also feel the balance of it. A sword is a tool. You must master the tool. And your stance. You are standing like a dancer at a feast. You are too upright. You are a target. You must bend your knees. You must stay low. You must stay balanced. You must be ready to move, to dodge, to strike, to block. The battle is a dance. A brutal, ugly dance. And you must learn the steps. I'm old now. I don't fight anymore. I can't. My body won't let me. But my mind knows. My mind remembers. I can see you, and I can see your mistakes. You're too eager. You're too aggressive. You want to charge. You want to win. But you are ignoring your defense. You are leaving yourself open. A knight must be patient. He must wait for his moment. He must study his opponent. He must see the opening. And then he must strike. One strike. A clean strike. That is all it takes. This is not a game, lads. This is your life. Every day, every fight. You must be prepared. You must be ready to die, because you will die. You will die in the mud. You will die on the field. You will die in a strange land. It is inevitable. But you can make your death mean something. You can die for a cause. You can die to protect the innocent. You can die to protect your family. That is your choice. That is the only choice you have. Your armor. It's your second skin. It protects you. But it also weighs you down. It slows you down. You must learn to move in it. You must learn to fight in it. You must learn to live in it. Because you will be wearing it for hours, for days, for weeks. It will become a part of you and your horse. He is your partner. He is your brother. He will carry you into battle. He will take the blows meant for you. He will be your best friend. And he will probably die. He will probably die screaming with an arrow in his heart. And you will have to watch him die. And you will have to keep fighting. That is the life of a knight. Do you still want to be a knight? Look at your faces. I see doubt. I see fear. Good. Fear is good. Fear keeps you alive. It makes you careful. It makes you think. A knight without fear is a dead man. He is the first to fall. I'm teaching you all of this because I care. Because I don't want to see you die. I don't want to see you waste your lives. I've seen too many good men die. I don't want to see any more. The siege veteran. Do you remember the siege of Calais? The long siege? The one that lasted a year? The other man nods grimly. That was the worst. It was a living nightmare. We sat there in the rain, in the mud. We ate rats. We drank the water from the ditches. We watched each other die, not from battle, from disease, the plague, the fever. One day you'd be fine, the next day you'd be dead. There was no rhyme or reason. It was just the luck of the draw. We built towers. We built ramps. We tried everything. And they just laughed at us. They were safe behind their walls. They had food. They had water. They had everything. And we were dying out in the open like flies. I lost a lot of good men that year. We all did. It was a waste. A complete waste. The king wanted the city. He was stubborn. He wouldn't give up. And we paid the price. The worst part was the hunger. The gnawing, relentless hunger. It eats you from the inside. It makes you think about food constantly. You dream about it. You hallucinate about it. You would kill your own mother for a piece of bread. And the cold, the damp, miserable cold, it seeps into your bones. It makes you want to curl up and die, but you can't. You have to keep fighting. You have to keep standing. You have to keep being a soldier. The day the city finally fell, I didn't feel joy. I felt nothing. I was too exhausted. I was too empty. I just wanted to sleep. I wanted to sleep for 100 years. When we entered the city, it was a ghost town. The people were starving. The children were crying. The women were weeping. They looked at us with hate, and I understood their hate. I would have hated us too. We were the enemy. We had come to take their city, and we had succeeded, but at what cost? At what cost? I don't think the king ever understood. He was in his tent, comfortable and warm. He was drinking wine. He was planning his next campaign. He never saw the suffering. He never felt the cold. He never tasted the hunger. He was the king. He was above it all. That was when I started to doubt. That was when I started to wonder. What was the point of all this? What was the point of all the death and suffering? Was it worth it? Was any of it worth it? I still don't know. I don't think I'll ever know. The question haunts me. It haunts me to this day. The knight's love, my love. I am so grateful for you. You have been my beacon in the darkness. You have been my safe harbor. You have been my reason to live. When I was a young knight, I thought I would find love in the arms of a lady. I thought I would find romance. I thought I would find passion. But I didn't. I found you. You were not a lady of the court. You were a simple girl from a small village. You were not beautiful in the way the court ladies were beautiful. You were beautiful in a different way. You were beautiful because you were kind. You were beautiful because you were honest. You were beautiful because you were strong. I met you when I was traveling through your village. I was on my way to fight a war. I was a young man full of fire and ambition, and I saw you. You were in the market, and I saw you. You were selling bread, and I looked at you, and I knew. I knew that you were the one. I didn't tell you. I couldn't. I was a knight. I was going to war. I had no time for love, but I thought about you. I thought about you every day. I thought about your smile. I thought about your eyes. I thought about your hands. When I came back from the war, I was a different man. I was bitter. I was cynical. I had seen too much death. And I didn't want love. I didn't want anything. I just wanted to be left alone, but I found you again. You were in your village selling bread, and I bought a loaf from you. And I looked at you, and you looked at me, and you remembered me, and you smiled. That smile was the sun. It melted my cold heart. It gave me hope. It made me believe that there was still good in the world. We were married a year later. It was a simple ceremony. Just the priest, our families, and a few friends. There was no great feast. There was no tournament. There was just us. And the vows, and the love. You have been my strength. You have been my comfort. You have been my everything. You have given me children. You have given me a home, and you have given me a reason to go on living. I have done terrible things. I have killed. I have sinned. But when I am with you, I am forgiven. When I am with you, I am a better man. You see the good in me. You see the man I used to be. And you love me anyway. I am so grateful. I am so grateful for you. I love you. I love you more than I can say. The morning, night. She's gone. I can't believe she's gone. I was there. I was holding her hand. She was so weak. So frail. She was barely breathing. And then she just stopped. She stopped breathing. She stopped moving. She stopped being. I held her hand for a long time. I held it even after it was cold. I didn't want to let go. I couldn't let go. Because if I let go, it would mean it was true. It would mean she was gone forever. She was my wife for 40 years. 40 years? That's a lifetime. And now she's gone. And I'm alone. I'm completely alone. I didn't cry. I couldn't cry. I was too numb. I was in shock. But now the tears are coming. They're coming like a flood. I can't stop them. She was everything to me. She was my heart. She was my soul. She was my reason for being. And now she's gone. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to live without her. I don't know how to eat without her. I don't know how to sleep without her. I don't know how to be. I have children. I have grandchildren. I have friends. But none of them can fill the void. None of them can replace her. She was unique. She was irreplaceable. I keep looking for her. I keep expecting to see her in the garden. I keep expecting to see her in the kitchen. I keep expecting to hear her voice, but she's not there. She's not anywhere. She's just gone. I have no faith. I have no hope. I have nothing. I am an empty shell, a hollow man, a walking corpse. I want to die. I want to be with her. I want to see her again. I want to hold her again. I want to tell her I love her again, but I can't. I have to stay. I have to live. I have to go on for my children, for my grandchildren, for the memory of her. I have to be strong. I have to be brave. But it's so hard. It's so hard. The knight's legacy. See this land, son? This is your inheritance. This is what I leave to you. It's not much. It's just a small manor. A few fields, a few peasants, a few sheep. But it's yours. I built this manor with my own hands. I fought for it. I bled for it. I killed for it. And now it's yours. I want you to take care of it. I want you to protect it. I want you to pass it on to your children and to their children and to their children. I want this to be a dynasty, a family, a legacy. You are a knight now. You have a sword. You have a shield. You have a horse. You have all the tools you need. But the most important tool you have is your mind. Use your mind, son. Think before you act. Be cunning. Be patient. Be wise. Don't be like me. Don't be a fool. Don't be a pawn. Be a king. Be a master of your own destiny. The world is a dangerous place. There are wolves everywhere. They will try to take what you have. They will try to destroy you. You must be strong. You must be ruthless. You must be willing to do whatever it takes to protect your own. But don't be cruel. Don't be a tyrant. Be just. Be fair. Be merciful. A knight's legacy is not measured in how many men he killed, but in how many men he saved. A knight's legacy is not measured in how much gold he amassed, but in how many people he helped. That's what I want you to be, son. A good man, an honorable man, a man who can be proud of what he has done. I know I have made mistakes. I know I have sinned. I know I have done terrible things, but I have also done good. I have protected the innocent. I have fought for the right. I have been a father and a husband. I have tried to be a good man. And I want you to try too. I want you to be better than me. I want you to be the best man you can be. That's all I can ask for. That's all any father can ask for. The night and his God, I see a light, a beautiful, warm light. It's calling me. It's beckoning me. It's telling me to come home. I'm not afraid anymore. I was afraid for so long. I was afraid of the darkness. I was afraid of nothingness. I was afraid that my life had been meaningless. But I'm not afraid anymore. I see the light, and I know. I know that God exists. I know that he loves me. I know that he has forgiven me. I've done terrible things. I've killed. I've lied. I've cheated. I've been a fool. I've been a monster. But he has forgiven me. He has washed my sins away. He has made me clean. I see the face of Jesus. He is smiling at me. He is reaching out his hand. He is telling me to come. He is telling me that everything is going to be okay. I see my wife. She is there with the angels. She is waiting for me. She is holding out her arms. She is smiling. She is so beautiful. I'm coming, my love. I'm coming home. I see my parents. I see my grandparents. I see all my ancestors. They are all there. They are all welcoming me. They are all telling me that I did well. They are all telling me that I made them proud. My children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, you are all here. You are all watching. You are all crying. But don't cry for me. Don't mourn for me. Rejoice for me. I'm going to a better place. I'm going to be at peace. I've lived a long life, a full life, a life of adventure, a life of struggle, a life of love. I've been at every level of medieval knight, from the boy in the mud to the man on the throne, and now I'm going to the final level, the level of eternity. I have no regrets. I have made mistakes, but I have also learned. I have grown. I have become a better man. And I am ready. I am ready to meet my God. I am ready to be judged. I am ready to be at peace. Thank you, God. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the life you have given me. Thank you for the people you have brought into my life. Thank you for the joy and the sorrow, the triumph and the defeat. Thank you for making me a knight. I am ready. I am ready to go. I am ready to be with you. Goodbye, my children. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, my world. I love you all. The new Knight Father. I've been knighted. I'm a knight. I did it. I wanted you to know. He kneels by the bedside. You were right. It's not what I imagined. It's heavier than I thought. The armor, the responsibility, the weight of it. It's crushing. But I will carry it. I will carry it for you. You taught me everything. You taught me how to fight. You taught me how to think. You taught me how to be a man. You taught me what it means to be a knight. I will not let you down. I will be a good knight, an honorable knight, a knight you can be proud of. I will protect the innocent. I will fight for the right. I will serve my king. I will serve my God. I will do all the things you taught me. I love you, Father. I love you more than I can say. He takes his father's hand. He feels the cold, still hand. Father, Father, can you hear me? He looks at the old, still face. He realizes his father is gone. Father, Father, no, please, please don't leave me. He begins to weep. He weeps for the man who was his hero. He weeps for the man who taught him everything. He weeps for the man who was his father. Goodbye, Father. Goodbye. I will carry your legacy. I will carry it with me. Always. The knight's dream. I dream of a place of perfect peace, a place where there is no war, no suffering, no death, a place where the grass is always green and the sun is always shining, a place where I can be with my wife and my family, a place where I can be happy. That is my dream. That is my hope. That is my eternity. I have lived a long life. I have fought many battles. I have seen many things. But the one thing I've never seen is peace, true peace, the peace that passes all understanding. I have seen moments of peace. A quiet morning in the garden, a quiet moment with my wife, a quiet moment with my children. But they were fleeting. They were like a candle in the wind. They were there, and then they were gone. But in my dream, there is no wind, there is no flame, there is only the eternal, unwavering light. There is only the perfect, never-ending peace. I want that. I want that more than anything. I want to be at peace. I want to be free. I want to be with my God. I have been every level of medieval knight. I've been the squire, the bachelor, the banneret, the lord, the knight of the garter, the earl, the duke, the king. I have been the veteran, the wounded, the mourner, the legacy. And now I am the spirit. I am the dream. I am the dream of peace. I am the hope of salvation. I am the promise of a better world. And I will never give up on that dream. I will never give up on that hope. I will never give up on that promise for the sake of my children, for the sake of my grandchildren, for the sake of all the people who will come after me. And I will hold on to the dream of peace, the round table. They tell me I am a knight. They tell me I am the son of a great man. They tell me I have a legacy to uphold. They tell me I have a destiny. But I don't feel like a knight. I feel like a boy who is playing a man's game, a boy who is carrying a weight he cannot bear. I look around this table. I see the faces of my companions. They are all young. They are all eager. They are all full of hope. They think they are going to change the world. They think they are going to be heroes. They are fools. They don't understand. They don't understand what it means to be a knight. They don't understand the price. They don't understand the cost. But I do. I understand. I have seen the price. I have seen the cost. I have seen my father. I have seen him suffer. I have seen him struggle. I have seen him die. And I'm afraid. I am so afraid. I am afraid that I'm going to end up like him. I am afraid that I'm going to be broken by the world. I am afraid that I'm going to die alone and forgotten. But I cannot give up. I cannot give in. I must go on. I must be a knight. I must do my duty. Because that is what my father would have wanted. That is what he taught me. He taught me to be strong. He taught me to be brave. He taught me to be a man. I will try. I will try to be a knight. I will try to be a good man. I will try to make my father proud. That is my vow. That is my promise. That is my destiny. The continuing cycle. The cycle continues. The squires become knights. The knights become lords. The lords become kings. The kings die. And the squires become knights. It is an endless cycle. A cycle of hope and despair. A cycle of triumph and defeat. A cycle of life and death. Each generation believes they are the last. Each generation believes they will bring peace to the world. Each generation believes they are the chosen ones. They are wrong. They are always wrong. the world will never know peace. There will always be war. There will always be suffering. There will always be death. That is the nature of the world. That is the nature of man. But that does not mean we should give up. That does not mean we should stop fighting. That does not mean we should stop hoping. We must continue the cycle. We must continue the struggle. We must continue to dream. We must continue to be knights. Because a knight is not just a warrior. He is a symbol of hope, a symbol of honor, a symbol of everything that is good and right in the world. And as long as there are knights, there is hope, there is honor, there is goodness, there is right. The cycle continues. The knight is reborn. The dream lives on. The last word, I have finished my journey. I have lived my life. I have told my story. I have been every level of medieval knight. But the most important level, the highest level, is the level of the soul. A knight's soul must be pure. It must be strong. It must be true. If a knight's soul is pure, he can withstand any trial. If a knight's soul is strong, he can overcome any obstacle. If a knight's soul is true, he can find his way home. I have found my way home. I am at peace. I am with my God. I am with my wife. I am with all the people I have loved and lost. I am free. I am a knight. I will always be a knight. It is who I am. It is what I am. It is all I have ever been, and I am proud. I am proud of my life. I am proud of my legacy. I am proud of my family. I am proud to be a knight. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, my family. Goodbye, all the people I have loved and lost. I will see you again. I will see you all again. In the eternal light, in the eternal peace, in the eternal love, I will see you again. The eternal vigil. I have been gone for a long time now. How long I cannot say. Time has no meaning here. Here in this place of light and shadow, of memory and dream. I am beyond the reach of the sun and the moon. I am beyond the reach of the seasons. I am beyond the reach of death, and yet I am still a knight. It is strange, is it not? That even in eternity the shape of who we are remains. We carry our identities with us like scars, like armor, like a sword that never rusts. I am a knight. I will always be a knight. It is the truth of my being, the core of my soul. I watch the world below. I see the kingdoms rise and fall, and I see the wars begin and end. I see the knights ride out, their banners fluttering in the wind. I see the squires dream their dreams. I see the lords scheme their schemes. I see the kings sit on their thrones. And I see the peasants, always the peasants, toiling in the fields, praying for rain, praying for peace, praying for a better life. They do not know I am watching. They do not know that their ancestors are watching. They do not know that we are all here in this place, cheering for them, mourning for them, hoping for them. We are the silent witnesses. We are the eternal guardians. We are the knights who have gone before. And we are waiting for the world to change. We are waiting for the cycle to break. We are waiting for the dawn of a new age, an age of peace, an age of understanding, an age of love. It is a foolish hope. I know that now. The world is what it is. It has always been what it is. It will always be what it is. The cycle will continue. The knights will ride. The wars will rage. The children will cry. The mothers will mourn. But I still hope. I still hope because hope is all I have. Hope is all any of us have. Hope is the one thing that cannot be taken from us. It is the one thing that survives death itself. I am a knight, and I hope. The gathering of souls. I am not alone here. There are others, many others. They are all around me. I can feel them. I can hear them. And I can see them sometimes. In the corner of my eye. They are the souls of all the knights who have ever lived. They are a great host, a vast army, a legion of light. I see Sir Armin, my first master. He is still the same, stern, honest, unyielding. He looks at me with those gray eyes, and he nods. He is proud of me. I can see it in his face. He is proud of the man I became. He is proud of the knight I was. I see the men I fought beside, the men I commanded, the men I buried. They are all here. They are all waiting. They are all watching. I see the men I killed. They are here too. They are not my enemies anymore. They are my brothers. We fought for different kings. We fought for different causes. But we were all knights. We all bled the same blood. We all died the same death. And now, we are all the same. We are all souls. We are all brothers. I see my wife as she is the most beautiful soul of all. She shines like a star. She radiates love. She is waiting for me. She has always been waiting for me. We are together again. We are never apart. We are one. I see my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. They are all here. They are all part of me. They are all part of this great gathering. This is the true round table. Not a table of wood and stone, but a table of souls, a table of light, a table of love. We are all here. We are all equal. We are all knights. The weight of memory. Memory is a strange thing. In life it is a burden, a weight that we carry on our shoulders, a chain that drags us down. It is the source of our pain, the source of our regret, the source of our sorrow. But in death, memory is a gift. It is a treasure. It is the only thing we truly own. We carry our memories with us, and they are the light that illuminates the darkness. They are the music that fills the silence. They are the love that warms the cold. I remember everything now. I remember the smallest details, the smell of a campfire, the taste of bread, the sound of a horse's hooves on cobblestones, the feel of a sword in my hand, the touch of my wife's hand in mine. I remember the joy, the triumph, the laughter, the love. I remember the grief, the despair, the loneliness, the fear. I remember it all, and I'm grateful for all of it, every moment, every experience, every tear, every smile. It all made me who I am. I was a knight, I was a husband, I was a father, I was a grandfather. I was a leader, I was a follower, I was a sinner, I was a saint, I was everything. And I was nothing. And now I am memory. I am the memory of a knight. I am the memory of a life. I am the memory of a soul. I will never be forgotten. I will never be lost. I will never fade away. Because I'm memory. And memory is eternal. The ghost of the battlefield. Sometime I return to the places where I fought. I am a ghost, invisible and silent. I walk through the fields of mud and blood. I stand on the hills where I commanded. I kneel in the valleys where I prayed. I see the ghosts of the battles. I see the soldiers charging. I see the arrows flying. I see the swords clashing. I see the blood flowing. I see the dead. So many dead. They are all still there. They are trapped in that moment. They are reliving their deaths over and over again, for eternity. It is a terrible thing to see. It is a terrible thing to witness. But I cannot look away. I cannot turn my back, because they are my brothers. They are my enemies. They are my friends. They are all part of me. I speak to them sometimes. I whisper to them. I tell them that the battle is over. I tell them that they can rest. I tell them that they are forgiven. I try to comfort them. I try to bring them peace. I try to release them from their torment. Some of them hear me. Some of them listen. Some of them let go. They drift away, their faces peaceful. They join us in the light, but many of them do not listen. They cannot let go. They are trapped in their hatred, their fear, their anger. They are trapped in the past, and I cannot help them. I can only watch. I can only mourn. I can only hope. It is the curse of the night to see the battles, to remember the dead, to carry the weight of the war. Even in eternity, we carry the weight, the fallen banner. I remember a banner. It was the banner of my Lord, a red lion on a field of gold. It was beautiful. It was proud. It was a symbol of everything we stood for. I carried that banner into many battles. I held it high. I let it fly. I watched it flutter in the wind. It was my honor. It was my pride. It was my life. And then, one day, I saw it fall. I saw it hit the mud. I saw it trampled by the hooves of horses. I saw it covered in blood. I tried to pick it up. I tried to save it, but I could not. There were too many enemies, too many swords, too much chaos. I watched it fall, and I felt something die inside me. A part of my soul, a part of my identity, a part of my life. The banner was never raised again. The Lord was dead. The army was destroyed. The cause was lost. But the banner lives on, in my memory, in my heart, in my soul. It is the banner of my youth. It is the banner of my innocence. It is the banner of my dreams. I will always carry it with me. I will always hold it high. I will always let it fly. Even in eternity, the banner flies, the Lady of the Lake. I remember a legend, a story my mother used to tell me, a story about a lady who lived in a lake, a lady who gave a sword to a king, a sword that was magical, a sword that could not be broken. I believed that story when I was a boy. I believed it with all my heart. I believed that there was magic in the world. I believed that there was good. I believed that there was hope. I grew up. I became a knight. I saw the world for what it was. I saw the cruelty, the violence, the despair, and I stopped believing in the legend. I stopped believing in the magic. I stopped believing in the hope. But now, I believe again. I believe because I have seen the magic. I have seen the good. I have seen the hope. It is not in a sword. It is not in a lake. It is in the human heart. It is in the human spirit. It is in the human soul. That is the true magic. The magic of love. The magic of compassion. The magic of forgiveness. I have seen it. I have felt it. I have lived it. And I know it is real. The Lady of the Lake is not a myth. She is not a legend. She is not a story. She is the spirit of the night, the spirit of the warrior, the spirit of the protector. She is the voice that calls us to be better, to be stronger, to be more than we are. She is the light that guides us home. The last crusade, I was a crusader. I fought for the Holy Land. I fought for God. I fought for the church. I fought for the Pope. I believed I was doing the right thing. I believed I was fighting for a just cause. I believed I was a warrior of God, but I was wrong. I was so wrong. The Crusades were not holy. They were not just. They were not the work of God. They were the work of man, the work of greed, the work of ambition, the work of hate. We killed innocent people. We burned their cities. We destroyed their homes. We stole their land. We committed atrocities. And we did it all in the name of God. It was a blasphemy. A great and terrible blasphemy. I have tried to atone for my sins. I have tried to make amends. I have tried to find forgiveness. But I'm not sure I have succeeded. I'm not sure I deserve forgiveness. I am not sure I will ever be forgiven. I carry the weight of the Crusades with me. I carry the weight of the blood. I carry the weight of the guilt. It is a heavy burden. A burden that will never be lifted. A burden that I will carry forever. But I must carry it. I must carry it because it is mine. It is my sin. It is my shame. It is my cross. I will carry it to the end of eternity. Pilgrim's path. I have become a pilgrim. Not a pilgrim of the body, but a pilgrim of the soul. I am traveling a path that has no end, a path that has no beginning, a path that is always changing. This path is the path of understanding, the path of wisdom, the path of enlightenment. I am learning. I am learning about the world. I am learning about myself. I am learning about God. I am learning that the world is not black and white. It is not good and evil. It is not right and wrong. It is 1,000 shades of gray. It is 1,000,000 shades of light. It is an infinite shade of love. I am learning that I am not separate from the world. I am part of it. I am connected to it. I am one with it. I am learning that God is not a man in the sky. God is not a judge. God is not a king. God is the universe. God is the love. God is the light. God is everything. God is nothing. I am learning that I am God. And you are God. And we are all God. We are all part of the same divine being. We are all expressions of the same divine love. This is the truth. This is the ultimate truth. This is the truth that sets us free. I am free. I am finally free. I am a pilgrim on the path. And the path is leading me home, the night of the stars. I am no longer a knight of the earth. I am a knight of the stars. I am a knight of the cosmos. I am a knight of the infinite. I look up at the night sky and I see the stars. I see the galaxies. I see the nebulae. I see the infinite expanse of space. And I know that I am part of it. I am part of the stars. I am part of the galaxies. I am part of the infinite. I was born of stardust. I will return to stardust. I am stardust. And that is a beautiful thing. That is a miraculous thing. That is a sacred thing. I am connected to all of creation. I am connected to every being. I am connected to everything that has ever existed. I am connected to everything that will ever exist. I am a knight of the stars. And my duty is to protect the stars, to protect the cosmos, to protect the infinite. I will do my duty. I will be a good knight. I will be a faithful knight. I will be a loving knight. I will guard the stars. I will guard the cosmos. I will guard the infinite. I will guard it with all my soul. The eternal question. There is a question that haunts me, a question that has haunted me for all eternity, a question that I will never be able to answer. Why? Why is there suffering? Why is there pain? Why is there death? Why is there evil? Why is there war? Why is there hate? Why is there cruelty? Why is there injustice? Why does God allow it? Why does the universe allow it? Why does existence allow it? I have asked this question 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, an infinite number of times, and I have never received an answer. I do not think there is an answer. I do not think we are meant to understand. I do not think we are meant to know. I think we are meant to accept the mystery, to accept the unknowable, to accept the incomprehensible. I think we are meant to have faith. Faith that there is a reason, faith that there is a purpose, faith that there is a plan. I have that faith. I've always had that faith. Even in my darkest moments, I have never lost my faith. And that faith is what sustains me. That faith is what gives me hope. That faith is what keeps me going. I do not know why there is suffering. I do not know why there is pain. I do not know why there is death. I do not know why there is evil. But I know that there is love. I know that there is compassion. I know that there is forgiveness. I know that there is hope. And that is enough. That is more than enough. That is everything. I will hold on to the love. I will hold on to the compassion. I will hold on to the forgiveness. I will hold on to the hope. And I will never let go. The Knight of the Grail. I have found the Holy Grail. I have found it not in a castle, not in a church, not in a legend. I have found it in my heart. The Holy Grail is love, pure, unconditional, eternal love. The love that gives without expecting, the love that forgives without judgment, the love that heals without reservation. I have found that love. I have felt that love. I have lived that love, and I know that it is real. It is the only real thing in the universe. It is the source of all creation. It is the essence of God. I am a knight of the Grail. I am a servant of love. I am a vessel of compassion. My duty is to spread the love, to share the love, to be the love. I will do my duty. I will be a good knight. I will be a faithful knight. I will be a loving knight. I will carry the Grail. I will guard the Grail. I will protect the Grail. I will protect the love. The battle of eternity. There is a battle that never ends, a battle that rages for all time, a battle that is fought in every heart, a battle that is fought in every soul. It is the battle between love and fear, the battle between hope and despair, the battle between faith and doubt, the battle between light and darkness. I have fought this battle my whole life. I have fought it in the mud of the battlefield. I have fought it in the halls of the court. I have fought it in the quiet of my own heart. And I am still fighting it. I will always be fighting it. It is the battle of eternity. It is the battle of existence. It is the battle of the soul. I am a knight. I am a warrior of the light. I am a soldier of love. I will fight this battle forever. I will never surrender. I will never give up. I will never retreat. Because I know that love wins. I know that hope wins. I know that faith wins. I know that light wins. The darkness may seem strong. The fear may seem powerful. The despair may seem overwhelming, but they are not. They are illusions. They are shadows. They are nothing. Love is real. Hope is real. Faith is real. Light is real. And they will win. They will always win. I am a knight. And I am on the winning side. The knights return. I am returning. I am returning to the world. I am returning to the living. I am returning to the fight. Not as a ghost, not as a memory, but as an inspiration, a guide, a teacher. I am returning to the world to help the new knights, to guide them, to teach them, to support them. I will show them the way. I will show them the path. I will show them the truth. I will teach them that a knight is not just a warrior. He is a protector. He is a guardian. He is a servant. I will teach them that the greatest weapon is not the sword. It is the heart. It is the love. It is the compassion. I will teach them that the greatest victory is not the defeat of the enemy, it is the peace of the soul. It is the harmony of the world. I will teach them that the greatest legacy is not the fame, it is the memory. It is the love. It is the hope. I will teach them to be better than me, to be stronger than me, to be wiser than me. I will teach them to be the knights of the future. I am returning. I am coming home. The knight's legacy. I leave behind a legacy of love, a legacy of hope, a legacy of faith, a legacy of honor. I leave behind a legacy of service, a legacy of sacrifice, a legacy of courage, a legacy of strength. I leave behind a legacy of peace, a legacy of justice, a legacy of mercy, a legacy of forgiveness. This is my gift to the world. This is my gift to the future. This is my gift to humanity. I hope you will accept it. I hope you will cherish it. I hope you will pass it on. I hope that my legacy will live on in your hearts. I hope that it will inspire you. I hope that it will guide you. I hope that you will become the knights of the future, the knights of the new age, the knights of the eternal dream. I believe in you. I have always believed in you. I will always believe in you. You are the hope. You are the future. You are the light. Go forth, my children. Go forth and be knights. Go forth and be heroes. Go forth and be love. The knight's goodbye. And so I say goodbye. Goodbye to the world. Goodbye to the living. Goodbye to the fight. I have finished my journey. I have completed my mission. I have fulfilled my destiny. I am ready to rest. I am ready to be at peace. I am ready to be with my God. But I will not be gone. I will always be with you. I will always be in your hearts. I will always be in your souls. I am the memory of the knight. I am the spirit of the warrior. I am the soul of the protector. I am the hope. I am the love. I am the light. I am with you. I will always be with you. Goodbye, my children. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, my world. I love you all. The new dawn. I am a knight. I am a new knight. I am a knight of the dawn. I have listened to the old stories. I have heard the old voices. I have learned the old lessons. I know the history. I know the triumphs. I know the tragedies. I know the sins. I know the sacrifices. I carry the legacy of the past. I carry the hope of the future. I carry the love of the eternal. I am a knight, and I will be a good knight. I will protect the innocent. I will fight for the right. I will serve the just. I will love the unloved. I will be a shield for the weak. I will be a sword for the oppressed. I will be a voice for the silenced. I will be a home for the lost. I will be a knight. This is my vow. This is my promise. This is my destiny. I will follow the path. I will walk the way. I will carry the light. I will be a knight of the new dawn. The circle closes. The circle is closing. The cycle is ending. The dream is coming true. I have been every level of medieval knight. I have been the squire, the bachelor, the banneret, the lord, the knight of the garter, the earl, the duke, the king. I have been the veteran, the wounded, the mourner, the legacy. I have been the ghost, the memory, the spirit, the soul. And now I am the circle. I am the cycle. I am the dream. I am the beginning and the end. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the first and the last. I am the night, and the night is me. I am you, and you are me. We are all one. We are all the same. We are all knights. We are all warriors. We are all protectors. We are all love. We are all hope. We are all light. We are the circle. We are the cycle. We are the dream, and the dream will never die. The eternal vigil continues. We are the eternal vigil. We are the guardians of the dream. We are the knights of the ages. We watch, we wait, we hope, we love. We are the memory of the past. We are the hope of the present. We are the promise of the future. We are the circle. We are the cycle. We are the dream. We are the knights. And we will always be the knights. We will always be here. We will always be watching. We will always be waiting. We will always be hoping. We will always be loving. We will always be protecting. We are the eternal vigilance. We are the eternal guardians. We are the eternal knights. The promise of peace. There will be peace, I promise you. There will be peace. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be in 100 years. It may not be in 1,000 years. But there will be peace, because the knights will never stop fighting for it. The knights will never stop hoping for it. The knights will never stop dreaming of it. And the dream will become reality. The hope will become truth. The love will become the world. There will be peace, I promise you. There will be peace. This is my final word, my final testament, my final gift. I have told you my story. I have shared my life. I have given you my soul. I hope you have listened. I hope you have heard. I hope you have understood. I hope you have learned. I hope you have grown. I hope you have changed. I hope you have become a knight. Not a knight of the sword, not a knight of the shield, not a knight of the armor, a knight of the heart, a knight of the soul, a knight of the love. That is the true knighthood. That is the eternal knighthood. That is the ultimate knighthood. Be that knight. Be the knight of the heart. Be the knight of the soul. Be the knight of the love. That is my final word. That is my final testament. That is my final gift. I give it to you freely. I give it to you with love. I give it to you with hope. I give it to you with all my heart. Goodbye.